Hello and welcome to WHMS Radio. This is the Working Hour. I'm Mike.
And I'm Shane, and this week we are going to be reviewing the 2023 album Eternal Embers by Meltt, with two T's. Released September 22nd, 2023. I could not find this band on Wikipedia. Yeah, I did not see a...
Really?
Yeah, I didn't see
I didn't look. Usually when it's your week, I don't really pull that stuff up. I'm assuming you kind of do the same unless you're just curious.
I just get the bare necessities, like, oh, it's this...
Simple bare necessities.
I normally, like, if you're doing the album, I'll find, like, release date and shit like that, but I mean, nothing really all that deep. But I did find a website that was kind of helpful, just to kind of give an idea of what the band's about. Meltt, a high mind-bending alternative rock band with a love for heavy riffs, colorful instrumentation, detail-oriented production, and under it all, multi-layered songwriting. Let them sonically paint your soundscape and sweep you into an ethereal dream. They have 1.2 million monthly Spotify listeners.
Which is crazy. You couldn't find anything on Wikipedia with that.
Yeah.
I'd never heard of them before this. I had no idea.
Oh, yeah. So, the band consists of Chris Smith on lead vocals, guitar, bass, and keys. Jamie Turner on drums and percussion.
JT.
And JP, James Porter, guitar, keys, bass, also vocals. And Ian Winkler, guitar, keys, and bass. It's alternative rock, psychedelic rock, with some shoegaze elements. Yeah, get it started. Without further ado, we'll jump into track number 1, Into the Blue, coming in at 3 minutes and 31 seconds. Has some deep echoing synth becoming like louder and clearer. Drum beat comes in, doing the same until both kind of meet on the same level. And then it goes quiet before the song finally hits a drop at 39 seconds in. Times on the Hunt, Out by My Shore, More Years We Have Lost to Closing Jaws. The way the singer drags out some of the words on the chorus, Into the Blue, Don't Follow Me,
Into the Blue,
because I can't see at all. The musical layering really sets the stage for the album to come. At 2 minutes and 12 seconds, some distorted guitar hits. Music fades at 2:22 for just a second and then comes right back into it. Wild coming back into all that's going on musically, like just stopping for a second, then you're just full force back into it. It's like, oh, damn, all right. 3:02, the exact same thing happens, and there's a pretty quiet little fade out. I really like this song. This is one of the songs that I don't have a whole lot of songs from this album added to my like list, but this is one of the ones that before we even listened to it, like I was like, that's one of them.
So you kind of knew about it going into it.
Yeah. So I give this this is one of my favorites off the album. I give it a 7.5.
Okay. All right. That makes me feel better if you're saying it's one of your favorites, because this one, like we kind of talked about it was a little bit more difficult because it is kind of more music-centered focused, I would think.
Yeah.
But this one really had me intrigued, like, upon my first listen, just because the overall sound of it, I was pretty hyped about it. And then even this afternoon, I was listening to it on my way home from work, and I was like, man, I really do like that intro. It's nice. You kind of explained some of it. I think it's very subtle, and then it kind of picks up, just like what you were saying. Vocals kind of come in. It takes a minute. It's around the 50-second mark when we get vocals. I thought the vocals were kind of hard. They're sort of hard to make out.
Sure.
Unless you really pay attention, which I'm not a huge fan of that, but it made me kind of like notice the music part of it more, which is what I really actually like the most about this track. I thought the rhythm and the flow are just like superb. I gave it a 7.2, but I could probably bump that up to like a 7.3 or 7.4 because there wasn't a lot of standouts for me on this album.
Okay.
But having listened to it again today, this one, like, really, it held its worth, and it's good. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
I'm interested to see, like, what some of the other standouts were for you.
Yeah. I didn't give anything too low of a score. Like, I had quite a few in the high 6s, maybe in the mid 6s, but
Same.
a few 7s. But I don't think I really got above maybe like an 8.3 or 8.4, but we'll see.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah, that's all I got for track 1. We'll move on to track number 2, Only in Your Eyes, coming in at 3 minutes and 27 seconds. So I really noticed like the bass guitar on the intro of this track, which I think kind of sounds similar to like T1, track 1, meaning T1. At the same time, like I thought the sound of this song was a lot different. There's a lot of similarities. This again was another track that made me notice like more of the music aspect of it than the vocals. I didn't really pull any vocals for this one. Nothing really stood out to me. Kind of similar to track 1. It's more just like I'm kind of just like enjoying the music. But I didn't like this one as much just because song number 1, that intro. It's almost something I was listening to today and I was like, man, I could have track 1 as like a workout.
Sure.
Or something, just getting ready and getting pumped up because I feel like the music's just so good.
Strong energy.
For sure. So, yeah, I don't have a lot for track 2. I gave it a 6.8. None of these tracks are bad. There's just some where nothing really pops out at me.
I hear you.
So.
Yeah, so I got the song is a lot more funky to start. Some groovy bass.
Yeah, the bass is just kind of funky. Almost like a Red Hot Chili Peppers funkiness to it.
Yeah.
With the bass.
Also has like some little like synth drums that come in around the 50-second mark. Kind of has like a little bit of like 80s like flair to it. For now, somehow, moments move right through you. Your light, the night could not hope to hide you. Always in your eyes, only in your eye for now. The chorus is like pretty dancey. Gives a strong like upbeat energy that's like a little infectious. There's a spacey twinkling that comes in at like 2:13 right before the second chorus hits. You could really like have multiple people listen to this same song and pick up like on totally different like musical inclusions. It is like very deep and just like little things that they'll do. The final 40 seconds or so is just full instrumentation with like some like distorted like skipping voice and guitar. Has some serious like I thought this had some pretty serious like Tame Impala vibes.
I thought that on a couple other tracks. We'll get into that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because there was some tracks like later on the album, I'm like, this doesn't sound like Tame Impala at all.
Mm-hmm.
But for a minute, yeah, it could fool me.
Yeah. And then I put a good handful of the songs on this album do have that. I give this a 7. It could potentially go a little lower, so I'm like right around the same as you.
Nice.
With track number 3, we have Within You, Within Me, 3 minutes and 19 seconds. It's the only song on the album with a like official music video, not just like a visualizer or lyric video or anything like that. Like, no, it's actual video. Keyboard starts off the track, beat drops like 10 seconds in. All of these dreams within you, within you, within me, somehow, I feel part of you is part of me, 145, deep under, I don't know why I put it 145, maybe it's just me listing what part the lyrics are from. Deep underwater emotions, call to you. Music. Okay, this is it. Music and vocals go quiet with some like effects that give like an underwater sound to them, almost kind of a warble, as well as some synth swell around 154 to 206. At 2 minutes and 24 seconds after the bridge and before the pre-chorus, the energy quiets down a little bit. The synthy drums and the clap comes in before the final chorus hits at 2:44. It's a pretty straightforward song with some effects-heavy detours that you would kind of come to expect at this point. I give it a 7.3.
Okay. So yeah, I thought it was a solid intro. It's different sounding than the previous tracks, me going into it blind. Like I kind of like the variety of the sound. I thought the vocals were a little bit more clear, like my main complaint with track 1. I didn't really say anything about the vocals on track 2, but these vocals were quite a bit clearer on track 3, so I like that. It wasn't so like music focused either. So yeah, I got a lyric line here. If you try to find yourself on your own, well, you won't. But if you learn to love yourself when you're low, well, maybe there's hope. I really like that one. I like the lyrics being clear. It was something I could maybe connect with a little bit more. I still didn't find a whole lot to take away from it. I kind of thought maybe the music side of things on this one were a little dull. Like I don't think really either one. Did you point out a lot of music stuff? I don't think you really did for this one.
For track
Compared to
number
the
3, a little bit.
compared to the first two, though, I don't think it.
I got a lot. I got pretty wordy on this one. I think, like with just lyrics.
Yeah, but I like this one. For me at this point, like going into it, track one just kind of spoiled me.
Sure.
So I gave this one a 6.9, slightly better than track two, but right there in the neck of the woods. Moving on, track number 4. Do You Ever Wonder, coming in at 3 minutes 51 seconds. So this is where I started seeing a lot of people. Well, I started like looking to Reddit more for inspiration on the album because I was just trying to get more, more people's opinions without asking you because I
Sure.
like to keep it a surprise. So I saw a lot of people comparing Tame Impala and Meltt on Reddit. This song, I think, sounds very similar to Tame Impala. I think it's got a very similar sound, although I think this is a little bit more poppy versus something a Tame Impala would do. I got another line here. It's okay to do as you feel. Did you ever wonder how we came to be? It's okay if others don't see. Do you ever wonder what we're made to be? This was a solid track. I think it's an easy listen. It kind of made me want to like take a drive with the windows down. A lot of these tracks, it's just like nothing really speaks out to me, but I can like find myself just kind of like bobbing my head and just like
Easy listening.
in the moment. Yeah, no, for sure. I don't think it's really worthy of like a super high rating. I did give it a flat 7, which in my world is a pretty decent song. This one kind of track 2 and 3 were kind of meh. This one kind of brought me back up and made me a little bit more optimistic for future tracks. So
Okay.
7.0 on that note.
It has like a very electric, like almost dance opening to this song. Reminds me a little bit of Daft Punk, just a little.
Kraft cheese.
Kraft Punk, bud. Little bass in there with a catchy bit of like echoing guitar. There's a lot of echoing on this album, which is like some of the effects that they put over, whether it's like lyrically, like vocally.
It's like guitars stacked and stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on musically.
And I feel like that almost kind of made it a little tough to like take notes because it's like, yeah, they do this a lot.
Yeah, there's just a lot going on.
It's hard to not like come off
overwhelming
as, like,
almost.
Yeah, it is. You kind of really have to sit with it for a little bit and like try to find little things to like get onto to not come off as like overly redundant, But yeah, echoing guitar that comes in at 18 seconds and that like kind of stays throughout the song. Before the chorus kicks off, the echoing guitar comes back at 105, and at 109 there's like a little bit of like other guitar that comes in and kind of plays off of it. Soon our lives will go on by, but every day is a chance to find a better way. Running through our own dreams, looking for some meaning, but getting weak. Throughout the song, they've found new ways to add the echoing guitar. It keeps it like interesting every time it comes back into play. Was initially interested in like the electric dance sound to it, but didn't mind the fact that they kind of moved away from that and kind of went into like more of their traditional style of just like what they do musically. I give this a 6.8 out of 10.
Nice.
Track number 5, The Absent Sea, coming in at 5 minutes and 6 seconds. I like this one. There's like a plucky echoed guitar that comes in right away, sets the rhythm for the song, then a little bass and a drum beat. Around the 1 minute mark, the synth becomes more prevalent. The effects start to come in more around like 1:30. Waking desolation, breathless plains, anguish isolation, feeding flames. Around 2:50, the tone shifts a little with some like psychedelic guitar coming in, kind of marking the point where the song starts to build towards the climax. Always awake, but never home. All that I know, heads for oblivion. 3:55, the music really comes together. Effects, heavy, distorted vocals, makes for like a really grand finale they slowly built up to. Love the drums at really throughout, and especially like there's a bit at 4:17 to like 4:45 that is just really clean. I like it a lot. Drum wise, that is. A nice cool fade out to end the song. I give this an 8.1. I really like the Absent C a lot. Yeah.
So this one, sometimes you get to like a track that's like anything over 4.5 minutes, I think is kind of long.
Sure.
This one being just a little over 5 minutes. I enjoyed it. Like it's something I could almost, it could have went a little longer, I feel like.
Mhm.
I didn't pull any lyrics. There's not really a lot of lyrics for this. Like as far as, I don't think stanzas the right word, or even verses. It's not very repetitive, I don't think, where we see on like some of the longer tracks, they just kind of repeat verses,
Yeah.
sort of. There's a lot of layering there. This one kind of kept, just it was short, I think, with the lyrics. I like the intro on it. I thought it was a little bit more subtle than some of the other tracks. The percussion starts early and gets a good vibe going. Lyrics are smooth, and I thought there was kind of like an emphasis with the music when they're laying down the vocals. I didn't pull any lyrics for this one either. Kind of, I looked at it and, like I said, there just wasn't a whole lot, and there was nothing that really super appealed to me lyrically. It was more of a music appeal than anything. That's kind of what I paid attention to more.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of electric sounds going on, but it flows really well. I agree with what you said. The drums, I put the drums sounded phenomenal on this track. It wasn't overdone. It was reserved, and it meshed great with everything else going on in the track. I gave this a 7.5.
Okay.
So I did kind of like this one.
With me, I don't know. Part of me feels like their lyrics aren't necessarily the best, but I feel like the way that
It still flows good.
No, well, that's the thing, is like, while the lyrics aren't like, I don't think they're especially like, I mean, these are kind of like, oh, kind of trippy, sort of like set in like a.
I feel like you're not
visual.
supposed to pay that much attention to them.
But I feel like maybe while like the lyrics aren't amazing, the way that they're delivered is really good, and it flows well with the song.
The music complements the lyrics that are added to it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like, I couldn't just like spoken words say them and it would sound that great.
Yeah.
But like on the track, that's
Yeah.
where it like really shines.
For sure.
So.
All right. Track number 6. It Could Grow Anywhere. 3 minutes, 23 seconds. I put super electric sounding on the intro. It kind of sounds spacey and bubbly. I kind of, I wouldn't say like machine humming sound, but it's an interesting sound. I'll just leave it at that. It kind of goes back to more of a poppy sound, but still kind of keeps the intro sound throughout. I didn't pull any lyrics for this one. Nothing really popped out at me. This one was kind of meh for me. I didn't dislike it.
Sure.
But again, it was a track where the music kind of was the main attraction for me. I gave this a 6.7, so still not a bad listen. It was another track where nothing popped out at me, but it's another one that I could describe as easy listening.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is definitely an easy listening album. Like, I feel like this could really appeal to almost any one of my moods, because it's just kind of subtle. There's not a whole lot going on, and I can really appreciate the music. Even on this one, like I said, the music was my main attraction.
Okay. So the song opens with some very like simple, quiet, like synth, like boops. It gives like a very like intimate and private feeling. It always gave me like the feeling of being like in a private room, which really makes sense given the fact that the song is actually about online dating.
I think I kind of got that vibe, but I wasn't sure.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of the words. I can't remember, but like the opening stanza, I was like, that kind of sounds like a...
Like, you on Tinder, boy?
Well, just like even like Facebook or something,
Yeah.
where you're just like sliding in the DMs and getting left on red.
Then you double message them. Then you like, triple message. ?
Baby girl, where are you?
It's like, you fucking bitch. You're fucking busted.
No, I saved that till at least like the 7th or 8th message. That's after the dick pic.
I will say I've never... That is like one thing I've never been like the type to like, oh, you fucking cunt. I'll tell you what.
No, I've never done that, but I have been like the one to be like, hey, when I was younger, in my younger days.
Sure.
Like probably like junior high. I think once I got to high school, I was like, I could read the room. It's like
the same
she ain't interested.
It's like,
she don't want little Mike.
Last thing I fucking need is her being like, this guy's fucking desperate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to blow the cover too soon.
Exactly. You're not trying to blow up the spot.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's given the song is about like online dating. The vocals have a lot of different effects, um, echo, and then they go back to like more plainly spoken. My heart raced up, hindsight, wasn't focused. All I can notice, you were the one stand out. Things pick up around the 1 minute mark. Um, Not sparked inside a cafe. Love made from a display. Was it for real? Compared to the other songs off the album, this one doesn't go like too crazy with being like grand scale or epic. It is very like more. It is a lot more like intimate, and it's like I'm like you. I'm not crazy about this song, but I do appreciate the fact
Yeah,
that
I didn't dislike anything on here.
yeah,
I just didn't love a lot of it. Like, it didn't knock my socks off.
yeah. No, this like I wasn't crazy about it, but I did admire the fact that it was kind of unique to what's come before. You know, I don't
Yeah, it
think
had a little bit more character.
yeah, and I can't really think of any other song on this album that is like this song. Not really. Anyways, I give it a 6.3 out of 10. So it's not bad, but like it's not blowing me away or anything. On to track number 7. We have in parentheses Hummingbird in the Garden.
In the garden.
Um, it's 1 minute and 47 seconds long. It is easily the shortest song on the album. It honestly more so just serves as like an interlude, I think.
Yeah,
'Cause, I mean,
100%. It's just an instrumental.
yeah, there's nothing to it. Well, I don't have a ton to say, just given the nature of the song. It isn't without note. The fact that it starts with and like throughout uses acoustic guitar as like its primary musical through line makes it kind of unique thus far. Solid, simple blend of acoustic and synth effects and ethereal sounds. 40 seconds, like drums come in, 1 minute in, the effects become more prominent until 125. Then it's back to guitar and drums through the end. I give this like a 6. Like it's not bad, but I mean, there's not a whole heck of a lot to it.
Yeah, for an instrumental, I could see it giving a lower score. I didn't give it a bad score. Actually, I did like this one. I thought it was a little bit different sound. Just like a change of pace. Like you said, there's like more acoustic guitar on this one. This one didn't have a whole lot going on. It's just kind of simple, not very electronic sounding, which I don't mind their electric sound, but I feel like I like more of like their, I don't want to say rock and roll, but when they kind of lean away from the electronic sound. Even there's some tracks where they kind of go back and forth between like the electronic and the non-electronic.
Sure.
I like that. They do have a great variety of sound. I thought this was a solid instrumental. I think it could have been a little longer. Like I could see at least 2 minutes, 2:15, something like that. Just because I didn't really it didn't bore me at all. I gave this a 7 out of 10 just because number one, it's short, so you can power through it even if you don't want to hear it.
Right.
And I dig the instrumental. It wasn't bad. And part of me, like the vinyl enthusiast in me, which it's very small. I'm not a big vinyl head guy. It makes me wonder if this is though like a end of side 1
Sure.
to track or to side 2, or if it's the start of side 2, whatever.
I mean, that would make sense because it's 14 tracks. This track 7.
Yeah, so I kind of like that, if that's even a thing. I don't know. I didn't look at the vinyl. I don't own a copy of the vinyl, but I'd like to think maybe that's some part of it. So yeah, 7 out of 10. It didn't bother me none.
Okay.
Honestly, if we're gonna classify it as an interlude, I think it's pretty damn good as an interlude.
Okay.
So I'll stick with my 7 out of 10. Track number 8, got Blossoms. 3 minutes, 25 seconds. I'm gonna start out with some lyrics right off the riff. Somehow out in the forest now, a feeling forever inside, ineffable, a glow, ancient senses exposed. This one was kind of a standout to me. I think when I was actually driving home from Michigan Saturday, and this one I was like, the whole album. It was one that didn't really hold my attention throughout the whole thing, but I would just catch myself like, this is good, this isn't bad. But this was one where I was like, okay, this is actually really good. I mean, it's track 8, so we're kind of far in, but I was like, I dig this one. I don't know if I'd say, I'm trying to think of it now, like just from memory, which is a scary thought. I don't think it compares as good as like track 1 today when I re-listened to it, because I was like, I really fuck with the intro on track 1. But this one definitely upon my first listen probably was super highly rated. It gives off like a nice naturey vibe to it. So
yeah,
it kind of just spoke to me in that way. Ancient senses exposed. I just kind of like that. It's pretty mellow with peaks that are less mellow. Like it kind of does pick up energy. The lyrics are clear in delivery, which I like. I'm not a big fan of the tracks where you can't really understand what's going on because it just kind of takes away the lyric aspect of it for me. I gave this a 7.4.
Okay. Song is about the beauty and majesty of nature, which I mean makes sense given the title, Blossoms.
Blossom.
Cool. There's like a really cool swell of synths to start off the song before like the pop alongside like the drums. Spacey ethereal vocals come in around 25 seconds in. The synth on the song is a major standout. Floral and fauna, won't you open my mind, uncover what's been making me feel so blind. I'll try to hold on to the dirt when all these blossoms rise up from the dirt. Over the ocean floor, see vastness so endless, expands something flowing through a truth, past reflections regrew. Some of the vocal delivery really reminds me of Tom York from Radiohead on this.
Okay.
This is easily like one of my favorite songs by them. I'm glad this was a bit of a standout for you.
Yeah.
It's interesting, like because we didn't really talk too much about this. Like
No, we didn't. I was even thinking about that today, and I was like, man, he didn't really ask me because usually he'll text me like, all right, what do you think about the album? And I do sometimes too, but then other times I'm like, well, like last week we did Phantom Planet. You guys can check it out. It's on our channel. But I was thinking I thought you would mesh with it a little better.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't ask you at all, so I kind of went into it, and I was just like, oh okay. But it didn't hurt my feelings because even like my Spotify DJ is ruined doing this podcast now.
Sure.
Because it plays and it's like, you listened to so much Phantom Planet last week.
Like,
we're gonna just keep
no.
playing it. And I'm like,
that's not it.
No.
But like, and the thing with that album was like, I mean, I didn't hate it. It seemed like you and I just like opposite ends of the album. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Which
That's all.
it's unique. I like that.
Yeah.
I like hearing your perspective.
So yeah, I mean, I give this an 8.3. Blossoms is a really solid song. This is one of the ones that I knew of this one going in, and this was part of why I was like, well, maybe let me listen to this album, see if I wanna pick this. So on track number 9, Your Melody, 3 minutes and 20 seconds. The start of the song, instrumentally, kind of reminds me a lot of Nature TV. That is a very, very niche band. But I've played like a song or two.
Yeah, they're Nature TV. Yeah.
I really like the instrumentation on this song. Feels a lot less effects and synth oriented. The song isn't without them, obviously, but I can easily see like a version of this song just like devoid of like the synth and effects without like having to do any like major adjustments to the song. Like I'm like, if you just took this out and this, I could see like the song playing out like just without it. And I like that. The delivery of I Can See Your Melody.
Yes,
on the chorus.
I noted that too. I didn't pull any lyrics, but just the way it was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the delivery of that is really solid.
Mm-hmm.
I see you in between light and sound. Fought your destiny until you drowned. I see you in this thread of conscious flow. Thought you'd find relief, but now I know. I really feel like, aside from like some spots on like the chorus and like some of the instrumentation, there's not a ton I love about this song. I gave it a 6.5. So like it's not bad, but like not one of my higher rated ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I kind of agree. I gave it a slightly higher score. This one did appeal to me instantly. I like the rhythm of it. I didn't pull any lyrics, but as you were saying, just the way Your Melody is, how it's sang, was enough for me. That was something I did find in the track. What did I give the last one? I gave it a 7.2. Yeah, so I just adjusted my score. I'm going to give this one just a 0.1 above track number 8, because track number 8 didn't really do... It was good, but this one, the Your Melody, I guess, is solid enough to boost it over track 8. They both kind of sit around the same in my eyes, which isn't a bad thing because I think they're both good tracks. Like I said, this one appealed to me instantly too on my first listen in the truck back from Michigan. That's all I have for that one. So we'll just give it 7.3.
Do you want to take a quick break?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are gonna pause there. We're gonna jump back into track number 10 whenever we return, and we'll be right back.
All right, everyone, we're back. Track number 10. Now, we talked about this beforehand, but I'm going to try through it. Amphantasian Dreams.
Sure, you got it.
Yeah, works good enough. Track number 10. I'm not going to say it again, but it is track number 10 if you couldn't understand my pronunciation.
It's about 4.5 minutes. It's a long song.
Almost right out. Yeah. It's another long song. Felt like the music on this one was a little bit more reserved. Still a good amount of stuff going on. A lot of stuff going on musically, but it's not as crazy as the previous tracks. I got a little lyric line here. Reaching out through all the silence, hold the weight of my inner blindness. Every day a new beginning. Who's to say that I'll keep swimming? Will you be the one to show me? To see the long run, to know I belong. I'll forever need to focus on life in the moment, just to hope that I'm growing. The vocals aren't like super quiet, but I feel like it's kind of more like a whispered tone. It's not super loud, which I think was kind of a little bit of a different sound. At least I wouldn't say completely different, like not a polar opposite from anything on the sound, but kind of like more of a standout sound with the vocals. It was kind of just like a gentle delivery. If I was going to describe it, that's probably the best way I could do it. This song, for being 4.5 minutes, I didn't think that it overstayed its welcome. It's another one that it didn't really pop out to me in any super crazy way, but it's another one that's just an easy listen. I gave this a 7 too, just because it's just very easy to get lost in the trance that this song kind of puts on you.
Okay. I got drum beat comes in, piano and acoustic guitar to start with a spacey fade. Leads into vocals at 40 seconds. Waking up and all seems hazy. 118, some psychedelic guitar and twinkling hit as some heavy synth does too. There's a nice little pop of instrumentation before the chorus. Will you be the one to show me, to see the long run, to know I belong? I'll forever try to focus on life in the moment. Just hope I'm growing. Song stays a little bit more quiet outside of the chorus. After the second chorus, it picks up for the remainder of the song, aside from like the last 10 seconds or so. It goes acoustic and just quietly fades out. Not a whole heck of a lot to say in regards to this song. I give it a 6.2 out of 10. I think that might be like my lowest so far. No, second lowest. I think I gave no, that is my lowest, I think.
Yeah,
no.
I gave it a super high score because now that I'm thinking about it, it didn't really...
Second, Hummingbird in the Garden, the interlude.
Sense.
But that's that. On to track number 11 at 4 minutes and 41 seconds. Another lengthy song.
Girthy boy.
It has a really awesome opening. Really dig the buzzing sound of the synth beat. Really like them leaning heavy into the electronic on this. The drums, the keyboard, and the guitar fade in pretty seamlessly together. It's almost a minute and a half before the vocals come in. That's how you know it's going to be a longer song. Definitely takes its time setting up the atmosphere, which I like. Three Oceans, couldn't put it out, no. Never seen a fire this bad. Through smoke rings hanging by a heartstring, a voice of you calls me back. There's a dreamy guitar that hits during this part of the lyrics. The song also does some interesting stuff with the vocals. They start to get mixed in, with the synth a little bit. And then they start to get mixed in with the instruments. I tried to find another way to you, but all I could do was stare into the fire. At 3:36, it shifts into a heavier tone through the end of the song. I give this a 7.1, so this was a step back up for me. Yeah.
For me, it was kind of a
Step
step down. Yeah, no, it was. So this was one that it didn't really appeal to me lyrically. It was one that I was more into the instrumental part of it. It seems to be the theme for me in this album, that I kind of just, the music is where my attention's at. I put similar stuff to what you had. I put the song, while it's kind of electronic, No, I'm sorry. It just kind of stays mellow the whole time. The guitar kind of gets a little wild towards the end. I wouldn't say it's like a solo, but it's just kind of like it just kind of twangs up a little bit.
Sure.
Um, I gave it a 6.8. I don't have a whole lot for it, so yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. We're gonna move on. Track number 12. Now this is a good one. I know I didn't have a lot
Okay,
for
let's
track number
go.
11. Yeah, because I remember you texting me and being like, "It's got some solid bangers," and I was like, I was at a point where I was probably at like track 3 or 4, and I was like, I don't know, man. Track one's really like the only one that's.
Real
And then I
good.
got later into it because once you tell me something like that, I'm like, all right,
Just wait.
it's out there. I just have to find it, and sometimes it's not always there because we don't always see eye to eye on the
Sure.
music things. But I feel like this album we're closer on a lot of scores than I thought we would be.
Yeah.
I'll just say that much of it. But yes, track number 12.
There's a yin to the yang. There's some that like you're a little higher on.
Yeah.
And there's some I'm a little
Yeah.
like, and others were like neck and neck.
Yeah. So we got track number 12, Soak My Head, 3 minutes, 6 seconds. I thought it was a solid intro. It sounds a little bit more rock and roll
Absolutely.
than the main sound of the album. I'm glad you said that. It wasn't just me thinking that. I was searching for something at this point to kind of pop out for me. It'd been a while since I heard something that really appealed to me. And this one, it has kind of like a naturey vibe to it too, which I like stuff like that. I do believe there is a thing about nature, and then this song mentions the ocean breeze, and I haven't been in the ocean in years.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a crazy atmosphere and noise and smell and just all your senses. So that really appealed to me about this track. I have a lyric line here that kind of relates to that. Soak my head in ocean breeze, receive psyche symmetry. Sunk my head in open seas, relieve, cleanse how I perceive. So honestly, I wasn't even gonna go off on it, but like my anniversary of me quitting my job and then like going on vacation out to the Oak Island in the Carolinas.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice to just like it is kind of cleansing, I think, to see the ocean and smell it. Like I was saying, just all your senses. So this really appealed to me. I gave this a 7.8. I didn't really pull any other lyrics in that, but this was one probably where I paid more attention to the lyrics than I did the music. It just kind of appealed to me. Like I said, 7.8. I think that is probably my highest score on the album.
7.8.
Yeah.
Okay. What I said about your melody not being as reliant on synth and effects goes double for this song. It's more used as like an enhancement on the song, like the effects and everything. Like there's the song as is, and then they just put just a little effects, just a little here and there to just kind of zhuzh it up a little bit. It's not like a key component of the song, Song kind of reminds me of the band The War on Drugs. You've listened to them?
Yeah, I've dabbled in them.
Maybe even a smidge of like Tom Petty. You know what I mean? It's very heavy on like the acoustic and just like vocals and drums. It's just kind of traditional rock and roll on this, which is different. It's very different for this. You know what I mean? Because there's some songs that are like kind of wild, and so like far removed from that just by like the different layers of shit that they incorporate. But yeah, just good old acoustic guitar, simple drumming with some solid vocals to boot. This won't remain. The balance is a fragile game. Can't really describe the reason that I'm so inclined. Soak my head in ocean breeze, receive. Like that's very good. Psych symmetry. I kind of want to see Meltt do more music like this. I feel like they do it really well. Like, just maybe just pull the range just a little bit, just mix it up a little bit, do some little bit more stripped back. I liked it. I give this an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Track number 13, When the Smoke Abates, 4 minutes and 4 seconds. Opening almost sounds like an organ. Kinda.
Yeah, that's what I'm glad you said that because I was thinking of it too. The Blue Jacket. You've been to a Blue Jackets game and they have an actual organ there, so I feel like that sound is kind of unique. But it could be like a keyboard.
Sure.
You could just hit a button on a keyboard and it sounds like an organ.
Just like it, yeah.
But I'm glad you picked up on that too.
But like, there's a difference between like hearing like a piano and an organ. Organ seems like a lot
It's
more
got a unique
like,
sound to it. It's hard to describe.
yeah, but
I don't know if blah,
there's a
but
difference.
I know what you mean. I know what you
Yeah,
mean. Yeah, 100%.
you can tell. Um, it's easily like the slowest and most somber song on the album. Wondering if there's any connection to the song "The Fire," since that was just 2 songs ago.
Yeah.
It's like, and then "Soak My Head." It's like soak your head in what? The water?
And then it's just still smoking.
Smoke abates, man.
Yeah. Oh, well, there was a song earlier that was like three oceans couldn't put this fire out.
Yeah. So
Yeah. You pointed out those lyrics.
maybe some connection. Who knows? Yeah, I wonder if there's any connection to the fire. To me, the song feels like dealing with the loss of a loved one, given its like slower pace, lack of pizzazz, and lyrical content. I've been broken every day, but I've held on to the strength when the smoke abates and the trauma still remains. There's some very like washed out distant guitar that stands out on this song, and a quiet fade out by the keyboard like in the beginning, much like kind of like how the song started is much how the song ends. Um, didn't give it a crazy high, but it is good. I give it a 6.8 out of 10.
Okay. So yeah, I thought it was kind of like heavy on the bass in the intro. The vocals were delivered kind of with emphasis on the bass line, kind of punctual in that way. This was another track that didn't have a super electronic sound to it, which I like. I like their non-electronic sound. I don't hate or dislike their electronic sound, but I do like the songs where they kind of stir away a little bit from that. This one didn't really do a whole lot for me, but it's a nice slow rhythmic song that I think is easy to get lost in, like a lot of their other tracks where you kind of just like zone out and you're just like it's just kind of going on, but it meshes well. It is good. Nothing really popped out and grabbed my attention. I'm just gonna give this a 6.5. Um, Again, it was another. I don't want to, a 6.5 kind of sounds like it's a bad song, but it just didn't really have a whole lot that speaked out to me. But it is a good track. It's not filler music or anything like that.
It was good. It just didn't have like the little bit of extraness to
Yeah,
set it to the
it
next
didn't have
level.
anything that really separated it from just
pack.
being so-so.
Sure.
We'll move on. This is actually the final track number 14. Another Quiet Sunday, in parentheses, keep moving on. It's right under 4.5 minutes at 4 minutes 27 seconds. It's really heavy on the initial intro with piano, which I think actually would be keyboard. But it kind of funnels out pretty quick and is replaced with percussion guitar. I didn't know anything about it being electronic sounding. This one, I thought it was a good closer. I'll give it that. I wasn't super crazy about it. It's very music heavy till a little bit over like a minute, like around 1 minute and 5 seconds is when we get the lyrics. I thought the delivery on the lyrics was smooth and kind of soft, which I think is a good ending track. It wasn't anything too crazy, but nothing like too boring or anything like that. I did notice some backing vocals on this track, which I didn't really pick up on any of the other tracks.
Mm-hmm.
It was only in spots. I was like writing that down, noting it, and then I'm like, I don't even know if that's gonna happen again in the rest of the in the track. But like I said, this was a good closer. It didn't like really appeal to me majorly, but I thought it was a nice, soft exiting track. I gave it a flat 7. It's like a lot of the tracks on the album where nothing really pops off the paper to me, but it's still not bad.
Okay. For me, this is one of my favorites off the album.
Really?
I was kind of wondering if this was gonna be like one of your ones that you're like, ooh.
Okay. We might have to listen to it again then.
Yeah, this was one of the ones. This is like one of like I want to say maybe like 3 songs that I knew
Going into it
before I like was
Nice.
like, oh yeah, maybe we'll do this. I've always liked the piano at the start of the song with the ethereal like soundscape. It's just a very chill way to like intro the song, I think. I'm like, okay, get the little.
It was like the only track that really had like a big bass, like a big focus on the piano. I feel like. Am I wrong? I think that's pretty accurate.
This one definitely like kind of gives it the stage a little bit.
But it was short too. I will say that.
So like it's interesting because like I with me like liking the song as much as I did, I kind of like, I don't know, maybe I sat with a little bit more. Maybe I just like, maybe the sad stuff that was noteworthy to me. But
I can
yeah,
see that. It's more in your sights.
well, yeah, and then like, so like the piano comes in with like a little bit of like background sounds, just like I said, very chill way to intro the song. And then like the drum beat kind of comes in, and it gives it almost like a 90s vibe to it, a little bit like a 90s like dance vibe to it. I could cue up a song and kind of like show you after the fact, be like, kind of reminds me of this a little bit. And then the guitar gives like a whole new vibe to it. I like the way that the instrumentation stacks on top of each other, and every time like a new instrument gets introduced, it gives a completely different vibe each time. The lyrics are pretty limited and repetitive, but it does work for the song, just giving like kind of what it's going for. Uh, someday we'll meet again. For now, I have to keep moving on, keep moving on, keep moving on. About every minute or so, the song changes. It's about a minute of build up before the lyrics hit. 2 minutes in is where the big musical like drop happens. 3 minutes in, there's another drop, and then just before the 4 minute mark, it goes quiet and has a fade out to wrap the song. Keep moving on. Yeah, it's one of my favorite tracks off the album. I gave this a 8.4 out of 10.
Nice.
Yeah, I really like this one. So, overall thoughts on the album?
It was good. I honestly can't really say how. I probably won't
Mm-hmm.
revisit it in its entirety. But there's quite a few tracks that really like Into the Blue. I'm definitely that's on the liked songs. Um, uh, Even Hummingbird in the Garden is pretty solid. Blossoms though, and Your Melody, they're pretty solid too. So there's plenty of good tracks on it, but still, even like the good tracks on it, I was like, nothing really like stayed in my mind other than Into the Blue. Just that intro, like every time I hear it, I'm like, fuck, I like this.
Sure.
So I know we talked about last week, Phantom Planet. It kind of came in really high. This one, like Into the Blue, you didn't. Was there singles off this album? I don't recall you listing singles.
I
No
didn't get
singles.
anything.
Okay. But Into the Blue was the one that really piqued my attention the most. It was a good album. If I was going to give it an overall score, I'd probably say like high sixes, just because it's not bad at all. Like it's not filler or anything like that. It's just kind of some of it just didn't like hit the mark exclusively for me.
Okay.
But it was good. Overall it was good. I'm curious to see maybe like some of their other work.
Yeah.
A lot of it for me, I think the turn off for me was just some of the vocals were just kind of like not in the forefront,
Sure.
and kind of hard to understand. So that's kind of a letdown for me. Sometimes the vocals are a lot of it. Like you can have a bad musically sounding song, but if the vocals are like really good,
Yeah.
I can get into that. So what about you though? What'd you think?
Overall, I probably give it about between a 6.5 and like a 7.
Okay, so we're about in the same area for sure.
Yeah. I feel like there are some really I feel like there are some really standout songs and then some songs that are just kind of like the album as a whole, it's not filler, but there are some songs that are kind of like,
Yeah.
it's not really doing
It's
a
kind of
whole
just
heck
like a
of a lot for
blur, I
me.
feel like. Like I said, you can get lost in them, and for me, I can get lost in them, kind of bob my head and stuff, but it's not really anything that's like really got my attention. It's kind of just like
Sure.
when I was driving, it was great to pass the time
Yeah.
because I wasn't really like feeding on the energy from the tracks. It was kind of more just like a slow drip,
Yeah.
I guess.
Okay. So that is going to do it for this week's album. We are going to take one more quick break. We're going to listen to the bonus track, Fresh. I mean, granted, we've already listened to it, but
Yeah.
just to refresh ourselves, then we're going to come right back in and give a review of the bonus track.
All right, everyone, we're back. We're just gonna come in with the bonus track. This week I picked. I think I announced the bonus track last week, but
No.
I
Oh,
pulled
yeah, you did.
I pulled an
You
audible
changed.
on it.
Mhm.
Yeah. We're gonna go with Kai Straw with a track called Blueberries. It's 2 minutes 53 seconds. I heard this the other day on a local station. 90.5 WCBE here out of Columbus. I'm not sure. I've never pulled up the website before, but I was just kind of curious what they were about. It's just a broadcast service of Columbus City Schools. So
Okay.
it seemed like it was kind of local. I don't know if this artist, I don't know if Kai Strahl is local to the Columbus, Ohio area. I'm not sure. It played a lot of like jazz songs when I was listening to it, and then I listened to it again this morning or this afternoon. I can't remember exactly, but it was playing like country, and I was like, this is kind of a change up from what I heard Saturday on my way home. So I wasn't crazy about it at first, but it kind of got stuck in my head, and I was like, you know what? I want to listen to that again. So I kind of noted it down, and I pulled it up on Spotify. Like, actually, I was still in the drive, probably closer to being home, and I played it one last time in the car ride. That was, and I was like, you know what? I kind of like this. It's got a lot of range. Kai's vocal range on it is crazy. He's kind of all over the place. I think there's like hints of blues and R&B, but he's also yelling like very angrily, and then goes back into like a smooth singing with the chorus. I got a line here: because I say so, today I'll be the type to pull the weeds away from the blues to get blueberries, which I thought was just like such a good lyrical line, to pull the weeds away from the blues to get blueberries, which I think is kind of like I mean, this is a newer. I'm not sure exactly when this came out.
2 years ago.
Okay, so it's pretty fresh. I kind of assumed it was pretty fresh. Thank you for looking that up.
It just popped up on YouTube while you're listening.
And it's got hints of the blues, like I was saying, and then just to incorporate to pull the weeds away from the blues, which is just such a sad. Usually blues are like, you know, a sad kind of song, or at least like emotional. It tugs at your heart. So I thought that was kind of like a nice, I don't want to say tribute, but it definitely like played in, and then just being like to pull the weeds away from the blues to get blueberries. I thought was a nice little touch, which really like piqued my interest in it, and I really love that last verse. And it's a solid track. I think I listened to a couple of his other songs, and I wasn't like super crazy about them, but I need to kind of sit down and give them another listen. I'm not sure if it was off the same album or a different album. I give this a 7.6. It's pretty fresh in my mind right now, and I'm listening to it. I'd say almost, I wouldn't say every day, but close to like every other day. It just kind of plays on like my routine playlist if I want to listen to something. So yeah, what did you think of it, man?
Okay. So it kicks off with some like very light, like plucky strings. It almost sounds like it could be off like a ukulele, maybe.
Yeah.
And those come in to start alongside the vocals. They don't take long to get going. The vocals like kind of remind me of Bowie just a little bit.
Really? Okay.
Just a little bit. The strings like kind of switch over to piano, where they pick up like the same like rhythm that the strings had. And the vocals like they kind of like grow and turn into like an almost like growling like angst, like God damn, like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And then they will like also go like more like softly sung. At 43, I really like the electric guitar that comes in. Gives a indie vibe, especially once like some like clapping comes in at 108.
Yeah.
It's around this point in the song that it starts to get kind of effects heavy with some electronic vocalization.
Yeah.
Like it almost sound like a trumpet, like a little. I don't know. At first I was like, what?
I can
is
see that. That's a good way to describe it to the listeners. If you guys haven't heard of this song or this artist,
Yeah, and then I'm like, oh, those are vocals.
it's got a lot of range on it.
Yeah, it goes all over the place, not in a bad way.
Not at all.
141, some like heavier percussion starts hitting as the vocals become more aggressive. Because sometimes, God damn it, it all sounds like a lie. God damn it, I feel taken for a ride. God damn it, I gotta say it through the fire I am in. Because I say so, today I'll be the type to pull the weeds away from the blues to get blueberries. And then at 2:33, what the and then the song goes full on drums and horns to wrap up. I give this an 8.4 out of 10. I thought this was a really solid track, and it ended up making my like songs. So yeah, this is good. I liked it a lot. Nice recommendation. I can see why you would recommend it.
Yeah.
On to this week's movie trivia. We have Bad Times at the El Royale.
I don't think I've seen that one
You have.
without you.
Okay. All right. I remember us watching it and you being like, this looks really
Dude,
good.
Mama and the Papas, 12:30.
Uh-huh.
I used to listen to that song almost every day.
Is that the one where it's like, young girl, they're
coming
coming
to
to
the
the canyon. Yeah.
How does it go?
I can't remember.
I thought that was
exactly.
Young Girls Were Coming to the Canyon. But it's just like,
Sure.
I can no longer keep my blinds drawn. It's like,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm getting old.
Can no longer keep the blinds drawn.
But high school girls, that's a hot take. Too hot.
Anyway, seniors, all right? 18
Yeah, definitely
plus,
seniors.
naturally.
I'm definitely.
Bad Times at the El Royale. It is a mystery thriller. Released October 12th of 2018. I remember going to see this because I fell asleep watching it. Woke up at the end, like, what the fuck? How did we get here?
Refund.
2 hours and 22 minutes. Written and directed by Drew Goddard.
Got her.
Starring Jeff Bridges, Cynthia Erivo, Dakota Johnson.
That was the jazz singer. Yes.
Yep, she was in Wicked.
Kind of hot too.
Mm-hmm. Dakota Johnson, John Hamm, Kaylee Spaney, Lewis Pullman, and Chris Hemsworth. Budget of $32 million with a box office $31.8 million. This thing flopped hard. But I was one of the people that
I can see it flopping hard.
Maybe kind of having trouble it's kind of hard to really sell it, I guess.
I was going to say it'd be hard to market it.
Because it is another one of those movies where it's told from a lot of different perspectives, and how do you really pitch this?
It was good though.
Oh, I love it. I love this movie. The El Royale was built from scratch on a soundstage, with much of the furniture and decor being custom made, including branded matchboxes and coasters for the bar. The color scheme was meticulously set out so that the California side was mostly yellows and oranges, while the Nevada was purples and blues. Red was reserved for the borderline, jukebox, and the chandelier, while green is almost entirely absent until the end. The El Royale is based on the famous Cal Neva resort and casino that was once owned by Frank Sinatra. Assuming that the Richard Nixon press conference shown on TV is happening live or earlier that day, the film takes place on January 27th, 1969. All the cast and writer-director Drew Goddard took a pay cut in order to get the film made.
Respect.
Right? Shot on actual film without traditional set lighting, the hotel was designed to allow enough light to shoot by.
1 second. Can you imagine just taking a pay cut to have a movie fucking flop?
Dude, that sucks.
Right? I'm sorry, I had to point that out because you were like, it flopped, and then it's just like, let me take a pay cut. Okay, this is worth it. This is gonna pay off.
We got this.
And
this
then
is gonna hit. No, afraid not. Chris Hemsworth had to lose 25 to 30 pounds of muscle immediately after Avengers: Infinity War from 2018.
This is just way too jacked.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you are built.
Lay on the cheeseburgers, okay?
It's like you just, I tell you what, lay on eating nothing. All right, we need you to slim down, boy.
You gotta take the Ozempic.
No,
it just eats the muscle.
So yeah, once that wrapped in 2018, they're like, yeah, we need you to lose a lot of muscle really quick. But it's funny because in that movie, it's like, you still look good.
You see how Matt McCusker has bulked up, dude? He looks good.
Yeah, I saw that.
I mean, he's dating the WNBA All-Star.
He is.
Oh, he's married to her.
He is.
Got
I
kids.
mean, she's a classic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's a Hall of Famer right there.
Yeah.
Drew Goddard's process of selling the script was under heavy secrecy, only sending it to top studio execs. Potential buyers had to read it on a tablet and then return it when finished. So they were not letting this
flop. We're containing this, okay?
All right, we're keeping
not
this
so
on
many
the low,
people
though.
need to know about this. That fish.
You won't find out about this flop in person or after the fact.
How are you feeling with the sour?
I don't mind it.
You good with it?
No,
I think it's pretty good. It's refreshing.
How you feeling about the IPA?
IPA is good.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I think we should plug Erie Brewing real quick.
Erie Brewing Co.
Tell them about it. Tell them about how long a drive is it for you?
3.5 hours.
So my man here drives 3.5 hours to go to Erie Brewing.
About twice a year.
Yeah, because he stocks up. There's a
Once at the start of the season.
yeah.
The
There's a
Erie
summer shandy. Yeah, that you
Salil
liked.
shandy.
Yes.
Raspberry lemon. It's fucking delicious.
All
Like a
their stuff is
3.5.
good though.
Be honest. Were you starting to get a little burnout on it?
On the shandy?
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Okay.
I just honestly, I don't like it doesn't. I love it. Don't get me wrong. It's more just like I don't want you to think like I need to drink one every time I come over because it's like I know they're near and dear to your heart
Sure.
and it's your stock. I know you drink them and you're like,
Yeah.
it's like a double-edged sword because you're like I want to indulge and just drink these, but
I don't got that many.
I mean I don't have that with the Erie, but like other things, I'm like, man, I just want to fucking tear through them. But at the same time, it's like once they're gone,
No,
they're gone.
I'm gonna have to take my time with those.
That should be the thumbnail this week. Is just the closet with the Erie Brewing.
Could be. Yeah, no. I got a pretty good haul this time around though, and I'm happy with the variety. I want to try the lime cream ale next. So the girl singer's name, Darlene Sweet, is a thinly veiled reference to.
She ain't thinly. She got the. She thickums.
Tell you what.
She cutie.
Is a thinly veiled reference to real-life Darlene Love, world's most famous backup singer, who sang backup to many of the top acts of the 1960s and years later had a successful solo career based on the experience.
What was her name again? I'm about to look her up while you're.
Darlene Love.
All right, I want to see what she was on because I'm curious. I'm like, was she on like "Give Me Shelter" by the Stones or?
Sure. And then on to the next, we got Deep Purple plays during the climax whenever he does the belly dance. The California red colors mixed with the Nevada blue colors turns in the color purple. There is no pre-recorded soundtrack, so all of Cynthia Erivo's singing in the film is for real. It's real shit. She nailed it, especially like that one scene where like Jeff Bridges is like, ooh, he's like listening to her sing. Yeah, she's very good. I can see why she got the part in Wicked. Anyways, that wraps this week's movie trivia. As far as upcoming movies go, we have Nobody 2, which is an action comedy, Americana, which is a crime comedy, and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 35-year anniversary re-release.
Cowabunga!
Michelangelo. Just saying, your brother, like, in-law, you know, basically.
My in-law.
Basically in-law, brother-in-law. Lindsay's fucking brother.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, maybe be like, hey, you know they're doing a re-release, so if you're interested.
Oh, no, they kind of had a falling out.
Never mind then. So
He's dead to us.
So next week's album.
Next week's album, it's a toss-up. I actually have a couple. I'm gonna let you pick.
Me?
I'm gonna let you pick from a couple.
Me?
A couple different albums here, Shane. I'm just gonna go on like little background stories. These are gonna be albums that my dad kind of introduced me to than anything. So we have one album. We bought it back in like a physical copy of it at the Best Buy. Pretty good. Hated it when I was a youngster. I wouldn't say I love it now. So all these albums like have a sentimental thing to me. So don't be surprised if you hate them. And I'm like,
no. I hear you.
Why you didn't like them?
No.
Another one.
That's not a bad idea.
You're kind of familiar with it. It's one that I have a vinyl copy of, and it was skipping one time when I was in the shower, and I never will forget that. And it was like I wouldn't say live because it's a studio, but it's like it's a studio album, but there's a live track on it that just kept playing on repeat. We have that, and then we have another album that we used to, we would go like dirt biking in the morning, in the afternoon, and then we would come home, and my dad just being, now that I'm older, I get it, he would nap, and I was just like 12, so I would be like, dude, I don't need a nap. Like, I'm fucking 12.
I'm gonna
like,
stay up.
I have
energy
plenty
up
of
to
energy.
yin-yang.
It's like, while you napped out, I'm playing PlayStation.
Yeah.
So that's our 3 albums. So you kind of pick based on that. We have the napping album that my dad would put on, and then he would just fall asleep, and I would be subjected to it. And then I would put on my PlayStation. We have the Best Buy album that I hated when I was younger. Love Later. I wouldn't say love, but it's good. It's got plenty of good songs on it. It's a duo album, I would say. It's 2 artists. And then we have, I'm trying to think what the other one was. We got the Nap album, the Duo. Then we had the live album that I was in the shower with and I skipped the one time. But you're familiar with that one.
Okay. Live album.
The one with the live track that skipped.
It's not Seasons, is it?
It is. So we will be doing Aerosmith's Get Your Wings.
Okay.
From, I'm going to pull this off the top of my head, 1974.
Okay, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
And for the bonus track, and no reneging on this. This is firm.
This is set in stone.
This is a lock.
We got a guy chiseling it right now.
So we talked about this during one of our breaks. I wanted next week's bonus track to be a song that both of us were very familiar with.
That's right. I zoned out and forgot.
Yeah,
it's probably the
something that
alcohol.
Something that both of us are like very familiar with. We've listened to plenty
like
during our friendship. We know this song like pretty much front to back. But I picked the song because I just want to hear what you think of it put down into words.
That's respectable. Give it to me in a slow drip though. I want to know the artist first, and then I want to try to guess it, just for shits and giggles.
I think once you hear the artist, you're gonna be like, oh, obviously, Devotchka.
I can't think of the name of the track. Give me a hint on the name of it.
End.
You already know how this will end.
Yes.
But I don't. Is that the name of the track?
How It Ends.
Yeah, How It Ends. Nice, dude.
How It Ends by Devotchka.
That is a sweet treat. I'm looking forward to doing the bonus track.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times it is one that we're not like super familiar with.
Something a little off the beat.
Like last week, you surprised the hell out of me. I can't even remember.
Yeah.
It was like Death, Bloody, something.
Grief's Eternal Wound by Bleach Cross.
Yes, but it was like.
You liked it.
Stabby McStab stab.
Yeah. So.
No, it was good. It was good.
So yeah, next week, fucking Get Your Wings and How It Ends by Devotchka.
Stand by who knows who, just yeah, you're like, yeah, Seasons to Wither, bang it. The rest of the album, worth the skip. You gotta skip.
Anyways, guys.
I like that.
Anyways, this, you want to go out on the deck?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
We're burning one after this.
Anyways, guys, this has been WHMS Radio, The Working Hour. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time,
don't work too hard now.